Hello everyone, I'm Petru, I'm the founder of WellCode, and today we have a special podcast in English because together with me is Alexei, who is the CTO of Profee. Alexei, before we jump into the podcast, can you tell us a bit more about what Profee is and what it does?
Yeah, of course. First of all, hello everyone. I'm very glad to see you. You will see me. So the Profee is a European company. We provide cross-border money transfers, and the main thing which we want to give our customers is the minimize fee for money remittance and let send money as easy via our service as you give money to your mother, son, like you give cash. So this is our main idea, to give our customers the best experience the moment when they use our applications.
Okay, yeah, there are a lot of big competitors in your market, right?
Yeah, of course.
So, how did you have the courage to found such a company in such a competitive space?
Of course, we are looking for other companies. We are looking where customers which are interested in our service trying to resolve their problems and how they send money now every day, for example. And we're trying to be better than they and maybe give them much easier service.
Okay, so basically you started looking at competitors and you saw that you could offer a better solution, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a good thing.
Why not we? If someone do this,
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
not? And a lot of us had a big experience in fintech for many years. So yeah, we wanted to be the best, to do the same things, but better.
Yeah, that's great. And Alexei, how did you start into coding? Like all before Profee, before.
As I remember, it was school. It was basic. It was my maybe second or third school. I changed school several times, and maybe I was about maybe 10 or 11, and I had to come to a new lesson. It was about computer programming, and it was basic. Yeah, I started and I loved. I wanted to do more and more and more. So after all this, in university, I also choose the special course of informatics and economics.
So you did coding in school or was it just a class?
It was lessons, and I began to do like a homework. The code was just to paint, I don't know, the sun by code, not in paint. In basic, you had to make procedures which will show and at the end the picture of the sun, for example.
Oh, okay. So you started with basic, the language. Oh, what year was that?
Wow, maybe in 93, 94.
Oh, I was born in 94.
Okay, I was born a little bit earlier. In university, it was C++.
So you started coding before the internet, right?
No. In the place where I was born, there was no internet when I started to code. Yeah.
Okay. And how did you manage to learn it? Was it all at school or did you buy books or how did you do it?
Wow. First of all, it was books. Yeah, hard copy books. There were no video, no online courses, of course, and offline courses. Offline, it was terrible. You came to. It's still popular in several countries. You come to offline school, to offline place with a lot of computers. You hear the uh, teacher and try to do something to repeat.
Mm-hmm.
So more or less norm it were. It was
Yeah.
I for me at this time the main goal to start coding was just to try this, try that, and to find myself what is interesting for me. Because I understood that I I want to develop some things which are much more close to money and economics. I didn't like to develop games or something else. Maybe the story with the sun on basic language broke me.
So you started learning in school, and then how did it continue?
I proceed to study in university. I was one of the best on the course, and
Oh, congrats. Where did you go to university?
you mean what kind of university? It was a technical university in Russia,
In
and
which city?
Moscow.
Oh, yeah, I remember I did coding contests, and Moscow and St. Petersburg were always the best in international coding contests.
Not bad, not bad. I studied not in the best one of Moscow universities, technical universities, but we had several teachers which came to us from the best one. And of course, it was just like a base for me. I started to work as a developer from the second course, and this is I think, the best way of studying. And I started as a developer for different economic systems, for accounting.
So was that in your second year of university or already working?
I was a developer of outsourcing company, and I developed software for accounters and for the tradings. So like several company which tried to sell computers, for example, or something else. They had to also organize the whole procedures uh, and include working with scanners, ATM, and other things.
Wow.
So I did it. It was interesting for me.
Mm-hmm. And what year was that?
Okay, it was 2008, 2009.
Oh, so you already had internet back then. How did the internet change things for you in terms of learning how to code?
Wow, a lot, a lot changed because
Did you have Stack Overflow back then in 2008? I don't remember when it was launched.
I didn't use them. I didn't use Stack Overflow. I much more prefer uh, several professional communities and forums. And that years I more developed on 1C. It's not very popular language. It's just in Russia. It is popular only in Russia, I think, and several other countries. And for 1C language, it's very popular to use special forums. So
Okay.
you no Telegram groups, no GitLab, no Git, nothing, as I remember.
Yeah, okay. So that's how it was for your first job.
Yeah.
So you managed to finish university and both work full time as a developer, or?
From as I remember, second and third course, I worked in the first half of the day, and in the second part of the day, I worked. After these years, so fourth and fifth years, I it changed. I worked in the first half of the day and studied in the second. But internet, yes, it changed a lot because, as I remember, it was maybe 2010, I began to work with several companies. They were clients of my outsourced company. I began to work by internet with them. They gave me a remote desktop to their systems, and I could upload my new features, my new applications. It was good. I stopped spend so many time in traffic jams.
Oh, so back then you had to go to the actual physical location of the servers, and you had your code on what? On a on a CD or you typed it directly?
In several companies, yes, only so, with USB, with with CD discs.
Okay.
It was terrible. No, no, I don't want to come back.
Yeah, yeah, tough, tough times. I remember my parents both are or used to be programmers, and they were punching cards for writing code. But yeah, it were like much more difficult than today. So how did you start working on Profee?
It was just idea, as I remember when it started, uh, that we can make a beautiful financial service. And some of my friends found me. We worked together in Kiwi for several years before. And we worked together, and he told me that one guy want to start uh, something like a financial service. And for many years, I wanted to start something new from the zero, from the white paper. So it was a great opportunity for me, and we began to discuss, and I understood that I speak with several guys which think in the same way as I do, and we could speak much faster than spoke with other guys, with other colleagues from another companies, because we understood each other very, very fastly.
Okay, so basically in this part you were just discussing ideas with several people, right?
Yeah, we started from the scratch. We started that we need something like a wallet and something like place where people can store their money and use them the moment that they need. So in first edition, the first version of the product, first, okay, vision, I think the best will be, um, we thought that we should make a service where people should store money and be able to spend them very easy.
So kind of like crypto without the spending part.
No crypto that years. We didn't thought we didn't think about crypto at that time. It was just about the final picture. I think, as I remember, were a plastic card, because plastic card, it was 2017, and it just began of it was a starting of using this type of applications like Google Pay or Apple Wallet. Yeah, we wanted to give people a card like an interface to our place of storing money.
Okay, wow. It sounds scary because besides the technical challenge, which is big, like you have to make sure that people's money don't disappear because of bugs or because of hackers, you also need to figure out a lot of legislation, a lot of regulation, a lot of and also fight the big competitors. Like if you want to build a version of Apple Pay and Apple has several $billion to spend on this technology, you you have to be very courageous.
I remember the moment when it started to work in several countries before Apple did it. It was, as I remember, maybe I mistake, but the first name of this technology was a host card emulator. And if you have NFC on your phone, of course, we are talking about Android. Um, Several banks and financial institutions started to provide ability to use their card without Google Pay and without Apple Pay. They just emulated the clone of the card in NFC and on the phone, and give ability to pay by NFC. But as I remember, it worked maybe several months, not a lot, less than a year. I remember that. Okay, in Russia it was less than a year.
Okay, and how did you pivot to this idea of of payments, of sending money abroad?
How to explain? It's very interesting story. It's not short. I can try to explain. Okay, to the as I remember, to the end of 2019, we were sitting around the table with shareholders, with CEO, and several other top guys, top management guys, and we try to understand how to proceed, to how to work and several next years. And we try to understand what do it's like, we like agile, and we so every quarter we trying to understand what could we do better, what should we change. And it was one of these um, type of times. We try to understand how to make Profee bigger. Uh, and the main idea was, okay,
So you already had a company.
we had a company. Yeah, we had a company. We had several years of development. We worked on Profee about 3 years to that moment, and we had a wallet.
Oh, so the wallet was actually implemented. It wasn't just an idea.
It depends of, yeah, it depends of what time we're speaking about. If we speak about start, yeah. But you asked me about how we came to money transfers. Money transfers in Profee was not on the start.
Okay.
It was after something like a transformation. So we worked on Profee for more than 2 years. To the end of this period, we had wallet application on Android, iOS. We had plastic cards, virtual cards. We had online service of conversion. You could exchange money inside our app
Oh, wow.
with very low rate, really, to several. You could do this in four currencies.
Okay, so Alexei, how did you transition from this idea of having a wallet, just the idea, and having maybe a card, to building a company? How did you incorporate the company, and where did you start operating when you just launched?
Uh, I think here we have several milestones. First of all was people. We had to find people because only on the people, on the developers and other type of engineers like QA or DevOps or whatever else, etc. The company could be grow. And the second thing was license. No license, no money. No license, no fintech. So the biggest one was the biggest issue, the biggest milestone for us was the license. So we have European license. We had after we understood that we can get it, and we made several steps there. We also provide something like an MVP and MVP 2, MVP 3, MVP 4. Uh,
Did you guys quit your jobs, or were you working part-time on this, like in the beginning? I know beginnings are tough for founders.
but it was for all of us at the moments when we understood that we can help our product and our company grow up. It was normal for us. No one asked anyone to please stay and do something. No, it was totally normally for each of us. It was not a big team. It was less than 20 at the start, and it was absolutely norm for each of us to stay today a little bit more, but I don't know, have some hours tomorrow free. And yeah, sometimes we had to work a little bit more than, but we get everything we wanted for all of this, and we uh, Every one of us, I think, I'm sure that every one of us get the feedback from customers and from the product. So good feedback.
So basically you kept your, let's say, old jobs, and after you finished with your jobs, every day you were working on the on Profee and VP in order to be able to launch.
Yeah, of course. We wanted to launch as fast as we can, faster and faster.
Yeah, and did you get funding from investors in order to hire that many people, or how did you start with such a big team?
We had investors.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you had investors, you started hiring people.
Have to find them. We had them. Yeah, we had investors which were founders of this idea.
And what, so you did the hiring, you hired the first 15 people, you searched for them. What were the main qualities that you looked into the people that you wanted to hire?
Experience in fintech, be able to responsible for your decisions, uh, be able to develop new fintech technologies, not to use old technologies and old frameworks.
Speaking of which, what technologies and frameworks are you using currently?
The main developers which we tried to find were Java developers and several database developers and QA engineers. It was the beginning, for the beginning. Uh,
Okay. Okay. So you had those 15 people and you started working on the digital wallet, right?
we started to work on prototype. Yeah, we got it. We got it our MVP on several parts. For example, registration, authorization, and something about payments. Payments were cut it on many steps, a lot of.
Yeah, yeah. And how long did it take from hiring those 15 people to having the last MVP that got authorized?
3 months.
3 months.
3 months.
Wow.
They were really the best one. Yeah. Some of them were top developer. One was and he was, as I remember, uh, architecture specialist of very big, high loaded system. So yeah, after 3 months, we had a very small system with many bugs, but you can register there, authorize, and top up your wallet by European card, and you could we issued European electronic money, and he could send money to his friend inside Profee to another wallet, so and get money back to the card. It worked more or less on the web, only on the web, of course, only on the web. That moment we focused on web, but we understood that okay, we need a iOS, and we hired iOS developer and in the first months, as I remember. But web was for many months the first one for us.
Yeah, yeah, I remember the first month at WellCode when we found it. Like it took us 4 months to launch the first usable version, so I know how it is. I suppose you didn't just work 8 hours a day; you were putting in as many hours as it was needed, right?
We began to work several days, more than 10 hours, when we have seen their real transactions. I cannot explain these emotions, but when you see the real transactions in your system, for not from your employees, not from your colleagues, you see from the
Real people, yeah.
no, it's real people. Ah, let's fix. It's the best. I think it's the best way to develop your system when you have real customers, when you have real transactions, and you can analyze them. You can analyze you stop imagine because okay, this is the border of the moment when you imagine that your customers will have several problems. From this moment, you can begin to work with data-driven development.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's interesting to see the first users that are not friends, not colleagues, but people you don't know about. And at least for me, the first question that came to my mind is, how did those people hear about us? And then you want to make the product as cool as possible to make those people stay and maybe recommend it to the friends and so on.
Yeah. For some times ago, marketing was a black box for me.
Yeah,
How do they find us?
yeah, exactly. And what was the biggest challenge on those first year?
I think if to speak product challenge or technical,
Technical challenge.
technical, Apple Pay.
Apple Pay.
It was one of the, I think it was the most difficult development story for us because we couldn't find anything on Stack Overflow or anywhere. Nothing. Zero. Apple Card provisioning, zero information. Only guidelines, only manuals from the Apple.
And you also can't read the source code, so it's like having a black box that you interact and see if it.
We had to do from the scratch. We had to do from the scratch.
Yeah, that's tough.
We spent, as I remember, maybe 3 or 4 months. I think it's a lot. It's a lot. I think if we had to repeat, maybe we will spend 1 month. Okay. I tried to find anything from my friends because I have a lot of friends in fintech. Nothing, no help. No one could help me.
Yeah, yeah, it's tough because like usually when you work on something and you don't know if you want to integrate with some library or something like that and you don't know how it works, at least you can look at the code and maybe try to see what's going on. But if you don't have the code and you don't have proper documentation, then
You should to be a pioneer. Okay, technically, of course, a lot of fintech companies, fintech applications has already worked with this technology, but I don't remember why. Maybe it's some restrictions from the Apple, but no information in open source, nothing. Okay, maybe we didn't find, maybe, but we spent a lot of days to find something.
okay. And when did you transition and why into the international money transfer?
It's funny story. It was about middle of 2000. Oh no, it was 2020 to between 20 and 21st year. We try to understand how to expand our business, how to make our product better and involve more and more customers. At that moment, we had no marketing, aggressive marketing, and we understood that we should somehow sell our features. To that moment, we thought that we call it MVP of the wallet. We had balance, we had application in iOS, Android, virtual card, plastic card, and also we had several additional features and ideas what to develop. We had uh, currency exchange, and we just I think we could say that we tried the strategy were tried to make super app to involve more and more fintech features. But when we were sitting around the table with other top managers and founders, we tried to understand how to sell all of them and who will do this. And we begin first. We made a list of our products, like a products, sub products. Uh, it was four ready and 4 or 5 like ideas are in the progress in the development, And we began to speak about, okay, the first one, who will sell? One founder told, I. Second one, the same one, I think me. Third one, okay, again me. And near six, we understood that we don't have a focus. We try to develop too many features. Maybe someone will be the best one and will be like a silver bullet and will involve some new customers. And one of the product which we worked on, it was money remittance, money transfer, and it was for that moment it was very light feature, light product. It was just a web page, like an iframe on our website, where you could send money, as I remember, one or two corridors, and that's all. But it was so easy, and my idea was to spend more time and of course more money on it, just to check. We didn't spend money for marketing of this thing, no advertised. And my idea, and not only my idea, was let's spend more and more time on it and work on it. So my idea was approved by several guys, and we decided to focus. We stopped to um, make new features. We just decided to support all features which we have, not to break them. But the main focus became money transfers and everything around them. The main idea was to give every customer which will come to us ability to send successfully money from one card to another one.
Okay. And did it get more users? The future?
Yeah. We started from the web, and we made several big features. First of all, we stopped using payment page of our payment provider. We made our own payment page. We made it maximum easy for our customers. Uh, it was one of the, I think, biggest challenge for us. Because from this moment we could help our customers in our payment interface totally from the first step till the final.
Okay. And how many new users have you got with this new feature with the money transfers?
That moment, I don't remember particular amount, but as I remember, each week we started to grow on about maybe uh, two 200.
200. Okay. And how many users do you have right now, or maybe how many transfers?
85,000 users now. Now we grow up on 3,000 users every week.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot. Congratulations. And did you hire in the process more developers? How many people do you have now on the team?
If to say about IT team, because okay, fintech company is
Yeah, you have customer support and all that. Yeah, how many programmers do you have on the team?
about 50 professionals.
50?
50, yeah,
Wow. And how do you manage all those people?
very easy. We work in product development scheme, not so with product owners, uh, with Agile, with Kanban method. So we have several development teams which are working on their part of the product.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not very difficult now. When we worked in the scheme with one big team, it was really terrible. It was really terrible. Now much more easy. So we trying to make teams seven plus minus two employees, and it's okay. It's normal for us. We use several things from Kanban method in trying to work more or less in Kanban. In some teams we have Scrum, but mainly Kanban.
Okay. And how are the team structures? Like, do you have only senior developers or do you also hire people with less experience?
Okay, we have different teams, but I think the general scheme will be product owner, one or two backend developers, one QA engineer, and sometimes somewhere if we speak about I know web team or mobile application, there of course there will be iOS or Android developer. We don't have analytics. We try to work with them. Now we have only one analytics on all the company. So our scheme is to work without analytic right now. Uh, this part of work comes down more for developers and product owner right now.
Mm-hmm. And how much experience do the people that you're hiring are required to have? Like, are you just looking for people with several years of experience in fintech, or do you hire people also less experienced?
It depends. It's very depends because sometimes I think like we work with jewelry, the people like gold, and we try to put people in right places, and it really depends of the stage of the particular product of and of the people, because mainly it's very important to find out that one who will normally work in team, not alone. So it really depends. I don't know. I don't know the right answer on your question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're looking also about the, let's say, social skills of the person. How better are they as communicators? How well can they work on an existing code base and things like that?
Usually we have two parts of interview. First one with the team. We select one or two guys from particular team where we hire someone, because it's very important to hire, to interview your future colleague. And it's like I like the picture that it's looks like a little bit more like a privilege, that we rely on you, that you can hire colleague for yourself to your
Okay.
team. Yeah. And the second part is about soft skills. There could be a product owner, there could be sometimes me, because we have not many level of management. We just have CTO, it's me, and between me and developer will be only one guy, head of development. That's all. We don't have team leaders, we don't have divisions, departments. No.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that sounds an interesting place to work. So yeah, it sounds challenging. It's a product that's growing by a lot of people every week. So congratulations on starting the company. And for everyone who's watching the video and who want check the website out, we've put a link in the description. Thanks a lot, guys, for taking the time to talk to us. If you want to add anything at the end, now is your time.
Thank you for interesting questions. I had to remind a lot of things from my school age.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I mistake with some years when I started to work in IT, but more or less I was right.
Okay.
Really good questions. I like it very much. It was one of my first good experience of speaking about product.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you liked it. Maybe we'll talk again in the future. Who knows? Um, yeah, so I hope if you watch this video till the end that this inspired you, that there's a huge need for software developers. There are a lot of areas, a lot of very interesting areas that you can work on. So if you haven't yet, subscribe to our channel, click on the bell button because there will be more videos like this coming up soon.